And really, if they still eat crappy food or large amounts of calories, we're not going to see the weight loss. So it's not that the results are going to happen regardless of the lifestyle of the patient.
Why do you think the shortage is happening to the degree that it is?
Because I think two things happened. One, COVID happened, right? That people with obesity really got the message that they need to improve their weight. They need to improve their health because out of nowhere, a virus comes and you were dying from it, right? So one, I think that people really got the message about obesity. Second is that we had the resources available to treat obesity. So I feel like it was the perfect storm. Also because the drugs work and because there is such a high number of people with obesity, overweight, including children, right? So I feel like it was meant to happen. I'm surprised that
it hasn't happened earlier.
The perfect storm, right? I like how she said that the biggest reason is these medications work. Point blank, that is the biggest reason why there's a national shortage. The supply is not able to meet the demand right now because everybody wants to get their hands on them because they're the most powerful tool that we've ever had for weight loss and battling obesity. I'm not going to talk too much about the fact that the huge shift in our understanding of obesity happened to be parallel to the moment that these medications became available. I won't go down that rabbit hole. I'll let you guys draw your own conclusions for the timing of that. But hey, you know what? Business is business. And maybe this medication really did have its own timeline and was being released at the same time that research hit a point where obesity now is recognized as a disease. It was a total plausible scenario that those two timelines could have just, we'll call it serendipitous. They happened to me at the same point. Either way, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing with patients without the help of Big Pharma. So, you got to love them, you got to hate them, whatever it is. I always say I have a love-hate relationship with them. But the truth of the matter is, I've never embraced the medication in my practice, and my medical practitioners feel the same way when it comes to this battle on obesity. And you guys know how I feel about the way to actually use them.
Pharmaceuticals didn't see this as a happening when there's so many people with obesity and the drugs work, right? It was going to happen.
You don't think that there's a contributing factor of people who are using it for just aesthetic purposes? Off-label or meaning, some shady clinics writing it for them?
Oh, definitely. Those, because
I view that as a big part of the shortage.
Definitely. I feel like people are prescribing it if they're Advil, like it's aspirin, right? And not giving it the right follow-up or for the right person. But that's why I personally always try to educate in my social media.
Yeah, this is a real problem. And the medications are being prescribed like freaking candy. You can go online to research companies and freaking purchase this without a prescription, which is even more scary. But let's just stick from the prescriptions. I cannot tell you how many patients come to us already on the medications with no guidance. They had a phone call with a provider that didn't even do labs. You have to look at the pancreatic enzymes, or at least do a physical examination. So if you're telemed, you don't have the ability to physically examine and potentially rule out a situation where the pancreas or gallbladder are unhealthy. So you rely on labs if you're doing telemed. And it's so wild how many people out there are in that situation. They didn't even know that was something to be concerned about. We do regular routine labs with our patients, monitoring the ongoing status of the pancreas to ensure there's no issues, because that is one of the potential risk factors, is acute pancreatitis.